Hi, I'm David, and welcome to the Jersey Type. Today is part 2 of the restoration of this 1950 Royal Arrow. So I got it, taken apart. This is what I normally do when doing restoration. I did not record it because the house was kind of, loud, and, I just wanted to do some restoration, so I did. All the parts are here, along with that, which is a bowl of parts for a different machine. Ignore it, please. Also, this is a air duster that I got, really useful, and I will be using it now. The first thing that I do when I got a machine taken apart like this is I go and I blow out all the dust, and it's a really important step, I guess. No, it is. Yeah, I wish I had me taking this apart, but a lot of the things were very easy to get to, like the screws here, and I mean, the only real struggle with this, because the screws got stuck in these, but that was for the paper table, which is this part, which is kind of gross to touch. Like, it doesn't look bad, but the back of it feels kind of gross. And I'll be cleaning this, hopefully, on camera. But for the time being, I'm not going to record it. I'm going to pause and just going to go after, because it's quite noisy. But yeah, I'm just going to go blow this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, now I got the machine blown out. But yeah, I got this machine blown out, and I don't know, it looked like it was sitting for a while, which is normally the case with these machines. The people forget about them. They're in like the basement or something. They collect dust. There's a lot of dust in this machine, and now there's a lot of dust in my room. That's gonna be annoying. But I got that done. So next step is cleaning whatever I feel like. I don't know. From this point on, I normally go with this. I normally take this apart, clean it, polish it, get the sides cleaned, use mineral spirits and stuff. That's normally what I do, so I'm gonna go and do that now. Okay, now I got that piece unscrewed, and the next order of operations is getting this spring off. This will not come off unless the spring is off. There is a screw here, but what I normally like to do is just, I wonder if I can do this with one hand. Get some pliers, and you just... Nope, can't do that with one hand. But that's the premise. That's what I'm going to be doing there, so I can get this return lever off. And voila, now it's off. Now this should just come out like that. And now I got the return lever off. Yay! It just took a spring, wherever it went, nut, screw, another screw. But now the return lever is off of this machine, and it is ready to be restored individually. So, yeah, I guess that's what I'm going to be doing, because I like fixing the return levers. They polish up quite nicely. Okay, I just took the spring off completely now. I got a rag, get some simple green, you wet a spot, you put your finger right on that wet spot and kind of wrap the towel around it. So now there's that. And then you, with your other hand, which I'm using for my phone, so doing this is going to be a little difficult, is you just do that. It's not the hardest thing to do. But yeah, it can make things look really well. And this is what I'm going to do for a first step. But second thing, after this, I'm going to get some Flitz metal polish and a polishing rag, and basically do the same thing I'm doing with this, but with those compounds and stuff. And then afterwards, this thing will look real nice. Okay, well, now I'm actually polishing. And one thing you got to watch out for if you're restoring something anything that's particularly old, or actually I don't know if age really matters, but the older things normally have worse nickel plating. And this one, actually the nickel plating's pretty good, but sometimes you can see there's like little rough edges and the scratches, and if you polish too hard on those, it'll like lift up. And I wish I had a decent example of this at my fingertips, but I actually don't. But just you got to be careful polishing really old or broken nickel plating. At some point, it might just be easier to re-nickel plate it, but I'm not there yet restoration-wise. I don't know how to do that. But in the meantime, you just... normally I'd have a rag over my leg when doing this. But normally I would just polish it, yeah. One thing that I did want to mention is something, I restore things, typewriters mostly. One thing that I hate is when someone, gets a typewriter and they, like, take the entire thing apart. And then, they, like, sandblast things. The taking the entire thing apart, I mean, I don't really hate, but mainly the sandblasting of things. Those are good panels. They do not need to be sandblasted. I don't care how bad your panel is, because I got this machine over here, and there's a little bit of a rust spot there. That does not need to be sandblasted. So these people were sandblasting the entire machine and repainting it different color. Yeah, I don't like that. On the other hand, they made billions of these things, so yeah, I don't really care that much either. Maybe I do. Who knows? Anywho, I'm going to go continue polishing this, and then it's going to end up in that pile, and then the video will be over. Okay, then when you're done polishing, you get a clean part of your polishing rag, and you do the same thing all over again, just to rub off all that, oil, residue. I think residue is the right word. I don't know if it's oil or not. But you just wipe it off, really polish it that way, because right now it looks nice, but it feels kind of weird, and it gets a lot shinier when you do this. So yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to show you. Okay, there you go. Now it's done. And personally, I think it looks a lot shinier. Very, very much so. Wow, that thing's... Anywho, I'm going to go now clean these parts. Now, I'm a little strange. I don't really see other people doing this, but I will take the screws, and I will personally clean every single one of them. And then I have an eyebrush, words are hard. One of these things, and I put them in the holes, twirl it around, and that's normally good to get in the dirt. I can show you. This is, you get it in there, you just do this, and it cleans out the grooves pretty good. So the screws go in easier, and they come out easier, so there's less chance of it getting stuck or rusted in the future. It prolongs the longevity of the machines. So that's what I'm going to do, and then, yeah. Okay, now everything's clean. Just get a bag, put it in it, or put everything in it, and then you're done. So, yeah. And there we go. This is complete and ready for reattachment when I'm done with the rest of the machine. But I think this was a pretty good part too. And with that, I'm done for the time being. I'll come back later. I got a little sidetracked in the middle and at the end. Okay, bye.